It was a great experience talking with you. As we come to the close of the interview, I just wanted to know, do you have any questions for me? You can ask anything related to the organization, how we work, about my role, or even anything personal. Don't be afraid. Just shoot your questions. No, sir, I don't have any questions. I believe you have covered almost everything, and it was a great experience talking with you. Sure, sir. Thanks for giving me this opportunity. I would just like to know one thing. What has been the growth rate of the organization in the last year? Can you please throw some insights on the same? Thank you, sir, for giving me this opportunity. I would like to know what are the benefits that I might be eligible for after joining the organization. Also, does the organization match the 401k plan? Thank you, sir. I prepared a list with a few questions. I would like to get started with the first one. As I went through your LinkedIn profile, I could find that you have had a previous experience into the technical domain. Currently, you have transitioned from a technical domain into a product management role. I would like to know how has your experience into the technical domain helped in shaping you up for the product management role? Having the right questions to ask is always going to take you a far distance. And not compromising on this is always my suggestion. Hello, future champions! Welcome back to Studious Simba. We are here with yet another video for you answering your queries right here. In our previous video, we have covered why this question is important, how should you prepare while answering this question? And what should you keep in mind while answering this question? If you have not watched the video yet, we will be sharing the link in the description box. So, what shall we discuss in today's video? Keep watching till the end to find out some of the top secrets that I have used to tackle this question during an interview. So, let us get started with our first section. There are multiple types of questions covering a wide range of topics that can be asked. But you must note down a couple of things. The topics must be relevant to the interview and the profile to which you are applying for. Let us look at the different categories. Role related questions. These questions revolve around the following key topics: understanding your potential responsibilities, tasks, and expectations as shared in the job description, impact of the role across different departments and on the organization overall, spectrum of skills to be developed within the role to go beyond expectations. While asking questions within this section, few of the examples could be: how has the role of a business analyst evolved over time? How have the skill sets changed with time too? Can you please share how the day of a business analyst looks like in the firm? From a helicopter view, what are the specific metrics on which the performance is evaluated in the role? The second kind of category to focus into are the questions surrounding the organization. The questions surrounding organizational aspects and focusing on how you can relate them to the role for which you are interviewed is truly essential. These questions help in giving the interviewer an insight into how broad your thinking abilities are and if you're focusing for a long term within the organization. Some of the examples of different questions include: I have read a lot about the firm's commitment to innovation and recent progresses too. Can you please share the key technologies where the firm is currently focusing into? to stay aligned with the Industrial Revolution. Recently, I read about one of the prestigious awards being awarded to the firm. Could you please share a little more about the achievement? How has the recent upsurge of generative AI and automation impacted the company's strategic direction? The next part is the questions related to career growth. Asking questions related to career development and growth suggests to the interviewer that you are thinking long term when it comes to staying within the company. From an interviewer's perspective, preference is given to an employee who is farsighted and is willing to stay for a longer time in an organization. Some of the questions that can be asked include: how does the organization look forward to the learning and development aspect related to the role? Are there any options of job rotation within the organization which can help me to gain exposure to transferable skills? What paths for the advancement are typically available for someone in this role? Is there a culture of interim feedback to keep the performance aligned with the strategic goals? Questions like this are always considered as far-sighted and give an impression that the candidate is really looking forward to staying in the organization for a longer run. It is always important to understand that hiring a new candidate is 5 times costlier than retaining an old candidate. So every organization will prefer to hire an employee who is looking forward to stay in the organization for a longer duration. Collaboration and team handling. Being a team player is the key to growth in the current corporate setup. With the growth of remote and distributed teams, along with asynchronous communication styles, it is very obvious that you will have questions about collaboration and team handling. Some of the questions that prove to be relevant are: does the organization follow an open door policy of communication? How is the collaboration across teams working in different time zones? Could you share an instance in your career within the firm when you faced a key challenge and how cross collaboration across teams helped you in overcoming it? Asking about an organization's open communication policy, collaboration across time zones, and sharing personal challenge highlights your proactive, adaptable, and problem solving nature. This demonstrates your value as a team player and your engagement with the company's culture, leaving a positive impression on the interviewer. The next section is remote work related questions. Remote work is slowly gaining prominence, and this means that asking the right questions about remote work is always necessary. Often, questions related to remote work can be new for the interviewer too, so it is recommended to keep the questions as simple as possible. Some of the key questions could be: does the organization follow an asynchronous mode of communication while working remotely? If you are asking this question, the interviewer will infer that you are interested in a remote work environment that allows for asynchronous communication. This also means that you are comfortable working independently and collaborating with others without having to be online at the same time. The next question could be: does the organization promote a flexible work schedule while working remotely? When you are asking this question, it means that you are able to set your own working hours and work from anywhere with an internet connection. It shows that you are responsible and diligent enough to lead yourself in delivering organizational requirements. Are there any quarterly in person meetings that the organization holds for remote employees? Asking about in person meetings for remote employees demonstrates your enthusiasm for connecting with colleagues and aligning with the company's efforts to foster remote team cohesion. The last question could be: how has your experience been as a remote employee with the organization? Is there any advice you would like to provide for transitioning into remote work? When you're asking this question, it shows that you are eager to learn from the experiences of your interviewer, which can help you to smoothly fit into the system too. Let us move on to the next section: project related queries. If you have researched the company, you can ask about ongoing or upcoming projects. This showcases your enthusiasm and proactive attitude. Some of the questions that can be asked include: could you please walk me through the process of how the projects are managed within the team in the organization? The second question could be: could you please share your experience of working on challenging projects? What were the key learnings from the experience? While you're asking these questions, you're ensuring that you are showcasing your eagerness to understand the company's workflow and contribute effectively. Moreover, inquiring about a challenging project highlights your willingness to learn from real world experiences. It shows your curiosity and a desire to understand how the company functions overall. The next section is questions relating to recent news. Staying up to date with companies' latest developments, mergers, or acquisitions can be really challenging. But if you are able to cross this challenge, you are one foot into the door of the organization. When you ask questions relating to the recent news, it gives the interviewer an understanding that you are able to relate the macro news to the organization and frame relevant questions, which is a brownie point in your kitty. Some of the questions could be: I saw the announcement about the partnership of the firm with XYZ organization. How does this collaboration align with company's strategic direction? Can you provide some insights into the recent acquisition and how it positions the company for future growth? Asking questions in these lines will highlight your awareness of the industry trends and your curiosity about company strategies. Let me share a quick secret with you. During this section, it is very important that you take notes of the key points shared by your interviewer. This shows that you are genuinely interested in the position, and it also shows that you are highly dedicated for this role. It also demonstrates your passion and sincerity, as these are the signs of an active listener. And there you have it, the perfect guide for mastering the art of asking questions during an interview. Remember three important things. Your questions reveal your preparation, your interest, and your personality. Follow the guidelines as discussed in this video to stand out as an engaged and thoughtful candidate. Keep your curiosity alive, the KISS strategy, and engage actively. And that's how you can sail through this section. But wait, that's not it. Now that you have found out what are the key questions to ask during an interview, don't you want to know what are the topics you should avoid asking about? That's exactly what our next video is going to be about. So stay tuned and don't forget to subscribe to our channel to not miss out on any future updates. Till that time, keep practicing, keep reviewing, keep rocking.